please. Hold, 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 please.
Hey there, welcome to Brown Girl Beauty Bestie, finding you all the love, news, and beauty reviews. I thank you all for coming. Who are new, how do you do? Welcome in. And for welcome back, babes. So we haven't done this in a while, and all the talk and controversy and action to this topic a while back about Pat McGrath and everything that has been going on lately, I thought it would be a good time to kind of revisit for some, and for those who are new, kind of get you acquainted on Pat McGrath, why I love her, why a lot of us love her. Right now, we're not feeling Pat McGrath. We're not feeling the love. We're not, and it affected me some kind of way. So I thought, let me talk to my babes. Let's discuss it, I bet, because like I said in the title, why do we have this Pat McGrath problem? So you know what we do on Mondays? Well, maybe you don't know. On Mondays, so on my face, we'll be using the majority of probably will be Pat McGrath. And let's start with the one that really gets no love from me. You'll see why in a moment, although they've changed it. This is her primer. Comes like this. And this is how it used to look. But you see this right here? This one I had gotten for free. You see this right here? This is not luxe. This is not how you do luxury. I just opened this box, so it's brand new. I didn't touch anything, but that it came a loose, and I just put it back and kind of sealed it up. But it's basically a plastic bottle over a sticker. Hey, Cali King 916 saying, yeah, buddy. I see 𝕊𝕦𝕒𝕟𝕒 in here. I see Shadow Band. Hello, hello. And I know that there were some cloud cuties. So, hey, cloud cuties. Hi. So this to me is a perfect example. Oh, and this one doesn't even come out good. This is a perfect example of why Pat McGrath has really gone down, in my opinion, and a lot of others' opinions too, because they're known for the most luxurious palettes. I'm going to show you Mothership 3, which started my love affair, but I actually didn't get it first. I actually got Mothership 5 first, and went back and started 1, 2, 3, and then I started going in order. But this palette that I'm going to show you today was the catalyst for me falling in love with her and with her brand. But this right here, from the beginning of the end. This is her Skin Fetish Sublime Perfecting Primer. And it is sublime. It is a beautiful, beautiful primer, just cheaply packaged, very cheaply packaged. So much that comes a bit. I just sealed it back up. This was a brand new box, unwrapped it just before on live, and cardboard, which her products are in cardboard now. So this came out, I want to say maybe 2019. Let's see if she says it, because sometimes she's on the pages. Let me see if it says it. It does not. However, this was made in Italy, which a lot of her products are. And you can put this in the skincare refrigerator, and the shelf life is 12 months for this. So I'll put it in my skincare refrigerator, which I have behind me. So here's where I'm at with this. When you make such luxurious products, and this, I think, I want to say it came out maybe 2019, around that time. She had already established herself as a luxe house, right? A luxury beauty house with these beautiful lacquer palettes with these great shades, and she's always been that one. If you look at some of her runway shows that she's been a part of, again, beautiful, beautiful looks. And it cannot be denied at all that she is the queen of runway. She really is. When you have a runway show and you want the best looking models in makeup that is flawless, you call Mother Pat. Okay, that's how she got her start. So I don't blame her for coming out the gate with products that were multitasking, you know? And products that really kind of set the bar for how people are coming. But what I find frustrating now is now that the bar has been elevated, I feel like she's checked out from delivering to us palettes like she once did. I'm putting her foundation on right now. And again, Luxe Skin Light Foundation. This is medium deep number 21. Beautiful glass, frosted glass. And she's done a lot of foundations for a lot of different houses. She was responsible for Giorgio Armani and their product. She was responsible for the launch of Fenty Beauty and helping her with her foundation and a lot of others. So she has credibility. Hey, there's my TT. Hey, TT. Oh, I'm so glad to hear you're doing much better. That is fabulous news. So happy. So she's really cut her teeth in the industry. She was well regarded, well respected, the whole thing. And what I feel happened is that she started falling into the trend of other beauty houses where they're all catering to this new millennial and how they function and how they move and operate. And I feel like she forgot about how we love her palette and how we enjoy her artistry. You know, when you have a mothership in your hands, it is like holding a piece of art from its packaging down to the actual products. And I will tell you all, at the end of this live, I will put down everything that I use. I think I have most of it in the description box already. But in effort of time and essence of time and trying to keep things moving, I'm not going to describe every single thing that I'm putting on, but everything is down in the description box, so you can get that. Oh, your sister's doing good, Lou. Oh, that's good to hear. That's really good to hear. So my love affair with Pat goes deep, far beyond just her product line. It's truly her artistry. It's truly how she comes up with something that no one had thought about prior to. It was always like, oh my gosh, this formula is out. And she's like the first one out the gate to craft it. And the fact that a lot of products are made in Italy, which now that I've been to Italy, I can tell you why she probably does that and why a lot of other high-end places do it. Because a lot of these companies, these big name companies, hire factory workers over in Italy that will work on your product and help you uncover different tools that you can use to better your craft, to better your artistry, to better, what you serve out there. Because people like Natasha Denona, people like Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, a lot of them are now using, even though some of them are already Italian houses, they're using Italian factories to make these shadows and other products. But remember, Pat was there first. Pat was there in the early 2000s when she started off with her brand. She was there crafting what is now industry-wide standard today. So, you can't knock her for what she has achieved in the business thus far. But what happens when you have everybody chasing you, eventually, if you're not cultivating that and moving ahead of the curve, eventually people are going to lap you. And I feel that's where we're at today, where people are lapping her in the business. People are coming out with new and inventive formulas that take the artistry level to another dimension, have elevated the standard of beauty and what we now crave for when we look at different palettes. So this palette is Subversive. This is Mothership number 3. And I wanted this palette from the go. First of all, this dark eye with the wing is like everything. And you'll notice too in her palette, she has a lot of hieroglyphs for her palette. And this is all black lacquer. On the back, it's gold. And it does tell you what year. So this is 2015, 16, 17. This is 2017 when this palette came out. And it is gorgeous. The shelf life in this palette is 18 months. But let me tell you, far beyond 18 months, this palette is. I have pan on any of her Mothership palettes. Not because I'm not trying to, because I really am, but because these shades are so pigmented and so great to use that you're going to have a hard time trying to hit pan on this. But one of the things I love to do, since I don't really particularly participate in spooky season, but I love to do an eye, and I love to do an eye that is dark and mysterious and pair it with a dark lip. That's where we're going to. Let me show you these shades. So Pat McGrath's Motherships like these do not have the names on the back, and they don't have the names in the pan. She includes a cardboard insert with all of her shade names on it. So I'm going to start from this side and go across, and then I'll go from this one all the way across. So we're going to start off with Skin Show Fever, Night Creature, which is a beautiful, beautiful plummy shade. Have Deep Shade, so gorgeous. Daylight, which was the star of the show. Look at that. Now I'm going to put it on. Let's do it on the back of my hand. There we go. Look at those shades. Is that not gorgeous? We still have one more, so let me wipe off my fingers. Hey, Beverly! Thanks for popping in. All right, and then the last shade on here is BR Pink. And so I will put that right underneath Gigabyte. This palette, when it was released, sold out like that. That's why I couldn't get it. It sold out so many times that they couldn't keep stock of it. It kept selling out. As you can see, this is the reason why. This is the reason why. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing it out. I appreciate it. Let's do the second line now, starting with Extreme Black. Then we have Lazarus. Next, we have Black Metal, which is what I'm going to be doing for this look. And then this amethyst, another beautiful purple shade. And I thought also this would be good because I know a lot of palettes have come out, and I wanted to compare the purples in here with the purples in the new Natasha Denona Roxa palette. All right, and we have still one more shade. And I'm going to grab that now. And that is Astral Ghost Orchid, which is a beautiful, it's a white color, but then when it comes out, it has this beautiful purple shift. And I can see it as well. Try to grab some more and do another swatch. This is what it looks like. It is so beautiful. It's like a whisper. And it's so soft and creamy as well. So this is Mothership 3. Insanely beautiful. Insanely. To this day, years later, it's still insanely beautiful. And beauty babes know. Like when I walk out and I put Gigabyte on as a one and done or pair it with something else, the girlies know. The girlies know instantly. Oh, that's Gigabyte. Because it's stunning. There has never been another quite like Gigabyte. People have come close, quite created the magic that is in that shade. I'm not going to show it to you today because every time I do that, I always go back to Gigabyte and try to do something with Gigabyte. Do something with Gigabyte. I'm not doing it this time. I'm absolutely not doing it this time. But we are going to start off with this beautiful shade here, which is Deep Shade. And I'm going to take one of my nice big fluffy brushes and I'm going to lay that as a transition shade. I'm going to be very light with the application. I want to build this up. But as you can see, that little bit that I had on the brush is very pigmented, even years later. So here's what I am struggling with Pat McGrath. So she released her holiday palette, which, okay, you know, the last couple of holiday palettes that she released have all been in that cardboard boxing. So that didn't bother me. What bothered me was that she did not create a mothership this year. And I was sitting, laying the cut because I know we had this conversation, Mother Pat, you know, me speaking from here, the beauty room, to you, wherever you are, like out loud, that I wanted a mothership this year. And this is the first year that I can ever recall that she did not release it at all. She didn't release any motherships this year. Usually, you know, around August, September, which is my birthday time, she would release a mothership. The fact that she didn't do that at all. Hey, Kelly Caldwell, thank you for coming in and hanging out with me. The fact that she did not do it at all, like, blew me away. I still am stuttering over the fact that we don't have one. Hold please just one moment. I got a low battery alert, so I'm going to make sure it doesn't conk out on me before we have a chance to finish this look. So I know not just me, but a lot of people were scratching their heads about why is this happening? Why is this going on? Why are we not getting a mothership? We've always gotten a mothership every year since, she started releasing them. So we were really all quite flabbergasted in the beauty community that we didn't see it come out. And so, hang on just one more sec. All right, here we go. Make sure it's plugged in. Okay. All right, babes, we're back. Well, I'm back. So we were really all quite flabbergasted that nothing came out this year. And then she released these holiday palettes. And I was a little underwhelmed, I have to admit. This was the first year in the history of Pat McGrath coming out that I wasn't like, oh, let me go grab that. Oh, I love that shade she just did. Oh, I love what she did with this color here. I was just like, underwhelmed. Underwhelmed. That has never come out of my mouth for a Pat McGrath. Underwhelmed? We don't get underwhelmed by Pat McGrath. We get excited. We get hype. We want to pull out palettes from 2017 that she's done and create looks on camera. This is what we do. So I had to take stock and say, okay, so it's underwhelming me. Why? Why is it underwhelming me? Why am I so concerned about this? Because there are other palettes that are out that I love. Like I said, we're going to look at the Roxa palette when I finish this look and compare some of the shades in there. Danessa Myricks, her new Lightworks, beautiful, beautiful creation. Like there are others that I could do. Like, so what if Pat McGrath didn't release anything? Herein lies what I think is now the problem. Since we know what she can do, again, what she can do, and I have every one of these motherships since she first started. So I have 11 of these babies. Actually, I have more than 11 because there's 2 of them that I actually got twice. Just don't worry about that. We'll get to the reason why when we get to those palettes, because I am going to do a series on all of them, because I stopped doing this for a while and now I'm trying to go back because, really I want to revisit these again, because who knows when we're going to get another mothership, babes. We don't know. We may never get another mothership. And that's real talk. We may never get another one. Sad to say, but it's becoming truer than not, unfortunately. All right, next we're going to use Extreme Black. Yes, Extreme Black down here. Again, this is a very pigmented color because it is black. So I'm going to put this in the back half of the eye, but I'm going to blend it through. But I'm going to focus on that outer V corner and then blend it through all the way across. Again, I didn't need a lot to move this product around and get a good blend. Hello, MD Mahmoud Muhammad. Welcome in. Thanks for coming. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot here. And this dark smoky eye. Again, this is one of my favorite looks to do. A dark smoky eye. And when everyone's doing like scary stuff or extreme makeup looks for spooky season, I like to just focus on my lane and what I know to do, which is create a beautiful look. And I can do that with just my brush. Just my brush. All right, time for the other eye. Again, we're not focusing a lot on dabbing a lot in the pan and putting a lot on the eye, because this black will do, like I said, the bulk of the work for us. Here, let me grab my small handheld. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you for that. So kind. Make sure you come back every time I come and do something, because I need the love. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So here we go. And that's what I love about Pat McGrath. Like, you don't need a lot to do a lot. You don't need a lot on your eyes. You don't need to overload it with a lot of her pigments, because her pigments are designed to work in harmony together. And that's what I love most about Pat McGrath shadows. You can really do a lot with a little. And that's what we're all about, right? Doing a lot with a little. I'm single. I don't need to say much. Oh, I know you're in high demand, huh? Kelly's digital marketer. Oh, that's awesome. All right, now we're going to go in with that black metal color. And not going to lie, I have not used this color in so long. But every time I put it on, like these little metallic bits, always slay. Like, it blows me away how beautiful this shade is, because it is hard to do a black / gunmetal shade like this is, and then to add these silver pieces in to make this metallic look without it going too muddy, too dark, not showing up. Like, it takes skill to do this correctly. And that's why we love her. And that's why I'm so sad that we don't have this type of artistry. But again, have we set the bar too high? Has she now petered out and saying, you know what? For me, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's okay if she does feel like that and she wants to maybe take a break from creating makeup, maybe creating those motherships. Maybe she's not feeling her creative spark, but I feel like we need to know something. We need to hear something from Pat McGrath, because in the absence of nothing, we're left to our own devices and our own thoughts. And, you know, it's run the gamut of ideas like she no longer owns the company and somebody now owns the company and they're trying to kick her out. So that's why she's just, you know, finishing up and coming out with, you know, these palettes in the cardboard before she calls it a day and fades into the sunset. I don't know. Is that true? Is that not true? We don't know, because we haven't heard from her. Also, it's widely known in the industry that she doesn't like doing a lot of the pop-up events and the meets and greets that other eyeshadow or brands, beauty brands are doing. So I hear she doesn't like doing that. And she does feel like, you know, a little standoffish or not standoffish, but she does feel a little reserved when doing those pop-up events. She does feel to me a little reserved in that manner. So it's quite possible that that's how she feels doing it. I'm going to go back to that black shade, and that's going to be like my liner for the lower lashes. And so, you know, a lot of these other beauty brands, they're coming out, they're doing these meets and greets, they're, you know, having these large camps of people whose job it is to really entertain and bring in the clientele, because you want to endear yourself to your audience so that whenever you come out with things, they're going to be the first ones to get it. I mean, that's how Pat McGrath got me and a whole lot of people to fall in love with her, because, you know, we've seen her work on the runway. We've seen her little sets that she used to come out with when she first started back in the day. And, you know, those little sets are what brought me to her, you know, because even back then it was status to have a Pat McGrath, right? Status to own that. And like I said, with the invention of this, which has not yet been duplicated by any other beauty, to my knowledge, nobody has come out with anything quite like this. Yes, it's a fingerprint magnet. All my little fingerprints are all over it, but nobody's come out with that. Nobody has brought us such artistry as Pat McGrath. So it would be a shame for her to call it quits after she's achieved so much and after she's done so much to elevate the artistry that is luxury beauty makeup. I, for one, would be very sad for her to leave us and not bring us the artistry that we've known for years of her to bring. But this, I'm going to bust out, I'm going to bust it out, my Pat McGrath mascara. And this is in Extreme Black. This is the second one that she came out with, because the first one is called Fetish Eyes, and this one is called Dark Star Mascara. The first one is in a black casing, and this gold one just pops out at me. And I love the hourglass shape of this wand. And she taught me this, which I teach to all of my babes, on how to apply mascara. We say what, babes? We drop it low and then we wiggle slow. Works for a myriad of things, but especially for mascara. That technique works. Trust me. I know these things. Drop it low and wiggle slow. I have a piece of brush hair on my skin. And this mascara and we go together hard. I have not picked her up in a while because, you know, like other beauty reviewers, I get stuck on the latest review. And sometimes I forget to go back and revisit. A little build up right there. Okay. Drop it low, wiggle slow. And that's how you grab all of the eyelashes And especially if yours are thin and wispy like mine, you need a little help to kind of boost it up. And I stopped wearing false eyelashes except in cases where I'm going to be out and about and it's like a gala or event, like, you know, a place where I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures. And I'm just going to follow up with a little bit of the Fenty. That's the occasion where I think my false lashes would be more useful. But I love the look of my own lashes, especially now that I've started conditioning them more and baby them at night with a little castor oil to help promote growth. I'm really loving how they're looking these days. And so I use my mascara, and I usually put on a little bit of mascara primer before I do this, but since it's so late, I decided to just go in with the mascaras because I'm going to take this right off after this anyway. All right, we're going to follow up with, hang on a second, I'm going to get that little dry patch. I'm telling you, with this weather now, it is becoming increasingly harder to get more moisture into my skin these days. I don't know what it is that's using the forced air from the heater or what, but I've been having a rough go at it trying to make sure my skin is hydrated and moisturized at all times. We're going to go in with her blush. Again, everything is listed down in the description box. So if you want to shop with Shannon, feel free to go ahead and do so. Everything is there for you to partake and enjoy. We're going to use a nudie type of blush today. This is Paradise Venus, and I love that it adds like a subtle glow to the skin, and then the actual tawniness of the color really goes well with my skin. So it adds a nice hint. No, it's not just you. It's not just you. A lot of people are just watching, they're not commenting. So it adds like a nice soft glow as well as a little bit of that tawny peachy color. Perfect for when you are doing looks like this where the eyes are going to be the focal point until I get to the lips, and the lips are going to be much more of a focal point as well. Hi, Andrew. Of course I am. You know how I love you. Thank you guys. You really make me feel special and nice, and I appreciate you all. All right, time for some bronzer. And I'm going to use my big fluffy brushes for this because I don't want it to look so chiseled. I just want it to look like it's a nice little healthy blush of color. So that everywhere that the sun would naturally touch my face has a little hint of bronzing to it. That's it. That's it. We don't need a whole lot. We don't need a whole lot to do a whole lot, right? All right, time for some highlight. And I'm going to grab this one by Pat McGrath. This is from her Bridgerton collection. And for me, I feel like the Bridgerton was like the beginning of the end, because although she gave us some lacquer, these stickers, and I didn't even bother to take this sticker off. Like, it just looks cheap and poorly made. And that's not Pat McGrath. That's not Pat McGrath. Oh, now it's coming off. I don't take them off. I just leave them on. It's called incandescent gold, but it is an icy gold. You'll see when I put it on. Very icy, but perfect for the holidays when you just want a chiseled look that doesn't come off too made up. Maybe you're going to someone's house for holiday dinner, or you're making it at home and bringing people into your home for holidays. You just want something that says you put forth an effort to make your face up, but you're not doing too much because we're not going anywhere, not doing anything. This is a good look for that. Maybe not the smoky eye, but of course the face does it. Let me add a little bit of Burt's Bees to my lips because I feel like they are drying. Andrew, are you single, sweetheart? Because I would love to have you be my girl. Oh my goodness, you're just coming in here asking to be my boyfriend already? How sweet, how sweet. All right, while this is moisturizing my lips, let me further expound on what we were talking about with Pat McGrath. So, like I said, a lot of makeup brands have been coming out. They've been doing a lot of, new formulas and innovations in beauty, which we used to look for Pat McGrath for that kind of thing. Now we're seeing other brands sort of lead the way with that. Of note is Natasha Denona. Now, this will be a good segue to show you the Natasha Denona's new Roxa palette, which has a lot of new formulas in it, but the formula that I am most excited about, because I think she does the best job of these, are her mattes. And the formula that she has now, let me look and see what it's called. Let me look it up because I want to make sure I say it correctly. It's called a new silky matte formula. All right, so she has several of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the 15 have this formula. This is a limited edition, but again, she has these beautiful, bold, rich violet and fuchsia hues, and she dedicates every single palette to elevating the artistry of her shadows. So anytime she comes out with a palette, she is elevating the game, especially with these new midi sizes, which she's been doing a lot of lately. She always tries to elevate with at least one, sometimes multiple formulas within that palette. And she's always trying something new. So this is what I'm talking about. When you have palettes like this who are elevating that strategy and committing themselves to every time they come out, they want to come out of the gate with something new, something innovative, something fun, something wismal. Look at this shade. This is the two shaded kind of color that she has here. But look at that. Now compare that to the Astral, what's it called? Make sure I have it right. It's called the Astral Ghost Orchid. So I'm going to put that right next to that shade that she had. Look at these two. This one here is Natasha Denona, and this one is Pat McGrath. So as you can see, they both look beautiful. Pat's is a little bit more, I would say, coarser in the pan. Like you can feel the little bits of the sparkle shade, but they both give you like a nice whisper lavender effect. You see what I mean? Like she started it, Pat, with this shade, and then it was elevated through Natasha Denona in this shade. And that's what I feel like you should, iron and steel. You should always have a level of higher artistry. I like big, I guess it's muscly men, because I have a muscly body and I'm 7'2" height. Oh my goodness, you're like a tree. 7'2". That's tall. That's really tall. That's freakishly tall. Wow. I'm only 5'6". So you would be like, I wouldn't even see your head if we was be like, I'd be here and you be up here. That's hilarious. But thank you for coming in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and push that like button. Okay. Thank you so much. So I feel like that's where iron sharpens steel. Whimsical. That's what I wanted to say about this color. I was like, that doesn't sound right, but it's whimsical. That's the word I was looking for. You know, Virgo's always going to be trying to get it right, right? That's what we do. All right, time for the lips. And I'm going to use Pat McGrath's Deep Void, which is a beautiful eggplant color, I want to say. I'm not going to line too much because I'm going to let the lipstick kind of do its thing. And the lipstick is in the same color as well. So here's what I will say to finish off the whole thought of Pat McGrath and what she's going through and what we're all going through, those of us who love to review luxury beauty and love her work, love her artistry, love her palettes, and are feeling a little let down by this latest release. I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not going to disregard all that she's done for this industry just because I'm not feeling a few of her palettes. So I'm not going to say, I'm never buying Pat McGrath again, because I will. I have not bought the newest one. That's the trouble with this one. It likes to roam all over the yard. So help, please. Let me make sure. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought. Okay. I'm just going to, I think some of you are single. I'm not. I'm not married, but I do have a boyfriend. So I'm not single. I have a boyfriend. I'm sorry. But you can still come and make up. Yay. I love when those appear. All right, babes. So this is the finished look. Like I said, I love a vampy look for spooky season because I don't get into the costumes and all of that. I'm not for that world. But I will put on a deep lip and some dark smoky makeup for you. Okay? On a good day, I might even throw on the lashes for you. Might even go there. But you know, these grays are coming in fast and furious, which leads me to the notion that yeah, no, I don't need to be doing nothing else to try to do anything for Halloween. Like, it's enough. It's enough. Right here is more than enough. But I love Mothership palettes. Like I said, number 3 is my love. I wanted to get this first, but like I said, it was sold out everywhere. So I had a hard time finding it, but I did. And I actually got this for less than what it was paid for. Around that time, it was like $125. Now these palettes range $128. She upped her price by $3, I think, with Mothership 10. So 10 and 11 were at her $128 price point. However, if you want to get some of her shadows and some of these motherships, there is a sale going on right now with Pat McGrath on Sephora's website. You can get, I believe it was Mothership number 1, which is beautiful. I think that one's called Subliminal. I did a video on that, so you can watch that. But that's a beautiful colorway as well. And like I promised, I am going to show you this on top of Natasha Denona's new purple palette. So you can see like the influence is definitely there, where the artistry is taken up a notch. The colors that really come out to me, stand out to me, are Concord for Natasha Denona. This is Concord. And then on Pat McGrath, it is Night Creature. I think that's what it's called, right? Make sure. Yes, Night Creature, which is this. So you can see this one is, this one is Natasha Denona. Yes. And this one is Pat McGrath. So let me show you what they look like. So those look like they can be in the same family, at least to me. Of course, Pat McGrath's, which is this one, is a little darker, but it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Both of them are beautiful. Right? And I'm not really a purple girl. That was more my daughter. She loved purple. Me, I could take it or leave it. But since these shades have come out and she came out with this beautiful palette, I find myself reaching for it a lot and coming up with different ways to play in the purple. Like, I think when I re-record this palette, because I recorded it when I first got it last week, and I didn't like it. So I scrapped the video. So I'm actually going to redo it tomorrow. So hopefully you will watch that. It's going to be a recorded video. So hopefully you will watch that, where I am going to be doing multiple looks using this palette. And I gotta say, I love this. I really did this. And I am grateful that she did it. But at the same time, I miss Pat McGrath's artistry. I miss those specialty shades, which are these on this side, where she really kind of like She does her thing with the first 6, but then we're all looking at what she's going to do with these specialty shades, because these specialty shades, thank you, TT. You're so sweet. No, you don't have to delete him. He's not bothering me. But thank you, Andrew. That's sweet. All right. So these specialty shades here, you can put them on top of your existing shades and add a little bit more pizzazz to these shades here, or you can layer them together and do your own look. The thing about this that I love, these 4 shades, is that nothing is off limits. Nothing is off limits. So you can definitely create some really memorable looks with. And this one here, which is that purple shade, you can see it has like this beautiful shift to it that I've seen in some of like Danessa Myrix's light works. Look at that. I mean, just gorgeous. It's just something about her shades that just does it for me. It just, I'm like, come on, bring us back this artistry. Bring it. We miss this. We love these shades. We love seeing this palette in action. Right? Yeah, I just love it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. And I will always go back to it. All right, I'm going to show you Gigabyte again, just because it is my favorite. Not just because I'm an AKA and I like to do this pink and this green together, which is phenomenal. On the eyes, these two together, gorgeous, gorgeous. And she actually did a shade where she kind of mixed these two together, but I'm going to show you how it looks when you put the green on all over and then you just tap that pink on top. Look at that shift and that reflectivity. It's like skin is like, look at it. I want to twinkle in this way. I want to put it all over my skin and just twinkle, twinkle, twinkle all day. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. So that's what I'm talking about. Please, Mother Pat, please. We need you. We miss you. We want you to come back and be energized by our love and our need to see you create something magical with your motherships. Yes, we know you can do these cardboard, shades and come out with these colors. Look, I'm telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know, honey. I have all 3, okay, from the last 3 years, okay? So did I need to get the other one? No, I didn't need to get this year's. I've got 3 from the past. I got 1 from the past years. So I didn't need to do that. I want to. Like, I want to get it just because I support the industry. I'm knocking even the shade because these in here are beautiful as well. Let me holler at y'all for a second. Do you realize, like, where are we going with this? He's got purple in here too. Look at that one. Look, you can do all 3 of these because this one in the middle has a little bit of pink in it. And this can be in that outer V here. And you can bring that in and you can just pop this first one all over the eye. Perfection. Perfect. I'm not done. Like, come on. You're talking to a woman who loves and supports Pat McGrath. So it pains me. It pains me. And as you can see, She does purple a lot. Here's that inky grape color that, hang on. Are you leaving? Aw, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it, Andrew. I really appreciate it. Look, this is Natasha Denona's. This is Pat McGrath's. Do I have more hand space? No, I'm going to have to use my, look at that. Come on. So you can easily do a matchup with Natasha Denona's Roxa and any of Pat McGrath's palettes. This is the holiday, and this is the last one that she did for the holiday. I think this is the last one. And again, not to be judgy or anything, she does her thing. It's just that I am expecting more. And here's another purple shade. Again, beautiful, beautiful craftsman, beautiful artistry. Look at that shade. And then compare it to the new formula from Roxa. I'm gonna have to use my thumb on this one. This one is kind of purpley, more purple than the other one, but I think for the comparison's sake, you can see it. All right, that first one here, this one is Pat McGrath, and then this one here is Natasha Denona. Again, both beautiful shades. I think would be a beautiful look together. Goes in fabulously. Like, look at my fingers. I still have color on my fingers from these palettes. So clearly, both of them have beautiful pigmentation. My thing is, I need to see more of these, less of these. Now, I know these are catering to two totally different markets. This one is the new millennials who want to travel with their palettes and do things and, you know, create different looks, but don't have to worry about, you know, babying it or anything like that because it's made of cardboard. It's a little bit more durable. This one, I have never traveled with any of my motherships because I'm afraid to break them. So I get it. I understand. You want people to, you know, take these on the go. But that's what you got the quads for, boo. I'll take a quad before I take these out. Bring us more quads in the lacquer. I'll be okay. I'll be good. I can rock with that for a while till you come back with more motherships. That would be fine. But don't stifle the creativity. Don't stifle the work that you have put in and that we know you can do for just, in my opinion, flash in the pan. These aren't what I'm looking for. I'm looking at that level of artistry that we know you can do and that we know we like and we love and we want to see it more. All right. So as always, sign off and shout it out in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel, what you think about, you know, Pat McGrath. Do you agree that we need to see more levels of artistry back in her motherships? Or are you cool with, you know, what she's putting out thus far and you don't care about motherships? Let me know that too. Sound off in the comments below. And until next time, you have now been bellified. Bye, babes. Thanks for watching.